What's going on, guys? Shane here, another Fight Tips quick tip. So today we're talking about how to sell tickets to fights. Whether you're an amateur fighter, a pro fighter, or maybe a coach and you have fighters at your gym, I'm gonna give you some tips on how to sell more tickets. So let's first talk about the amateur fighters. I have two tips for you. The first one is this: win fights. That's what it's all about, right? Because you want people to recognize you as a good fighter. Because when you make that transition from amateur to pro, fight organizations want to make sure that people will recognize your name and that they're willing to pay money to watch you fight. So if you're a good fighter, people will do that, right? Next tip is this: have a social media presence. I've talked to a lot of fighters that are like, I'm not on that Twitter, I don't do Instagram. Well, you're an idiot, and you should, because you're gonna reach an infinite amount of people on there, okay? So not only locally, but also worldwide. So if you travel for fights and you have fans from all over the world, then they're gonna come and watch you fight. They're gonna like the way you look, they're gonna like the way you fight, so make sure you share pictures, make sure you share videos, and hashtag it so that more people follow you online. It's huge, okay? Now, talking about pro fighters, it's all about being recognizable, and it's all about putting asses in seats. Companies like Bellator, organizations like that, want to make sure that their fighters can sell tickets and that people are going to pay money to come in and watch, okay? That's what's important. So how can you do that? Well, that's the hard part. Make sure you're a good fighter. That's the obvious one. But even more than that, make sure that you have a unique style about you. When you think about guys like Michael Venom Page or even Manny Pacquiao, right, was very explosive but different from other boxers. People love to watch him fight. People pay money to watch him fight, okay? So maybe that's one thing, but maybe you are very conventional. Well, then you could have a very recognizable style. You could have a unique style. When you watch fights with your friends late into the night, you're like, yo, you remember that one fight? Oh yeah, you mean the guy with the pink hair? That's branding right there. That's marketing. You remember that because he stands out from other people, okay? A white guy with dreadlocks, right? It's not common, but people will recognize me on the street because of this. You know, that's branding. That's huge. As a fighter, you have to have something like that. And what you could also do is take a page out of Prince Nassim's book or Floyd Mayweather or Conor McGregor and talk the talk. You have to walk the walk, but be cocky, be arrogant in the things that you say, right? Of course, be confident in the way that you fight. But people will respond to this. People will write articles online. People will tweet about you. And Floyd Mayweather said it best: love me or hate me, you're going to pay to watch me fight. Doesn't matter. He's going to sell tickets either way, right? And that's huge. All right, so you have a fan base that people love you, and then you have a bunch of people who hate you. Either way, they're going to buy pay-per-views, they're going to buy tickets. That's big. All right, so if that's not your thing, you can be more like a Manny Pacquiao. You can be humble, but you can walk the walk and knock everyone out. And if you can't do that, maybe you're not a knockout artist like Floyd, well then talk the talk, because people admit, I'll admit it, I'm a huge Floyd fan, but his fights can be boring, but I pay for every one. There you go. And then people who hate him, you probably have paid to watch him too. Him against Manny Pacquiao, how many people paid for that, right? We're upset, but biggest payday ever. So that's huge, and you should learn from it. All right, so I hope this answers your questions, guys. If you have any other ones, make sure you follow me on Twitter at Fight Tips. Send me some questions so I can answer it in a video like this. And also follow me on Instagram as well. See, social media presence. All right, guys, until next time, I'm Shane with Fight Tips. Self-defense for the underdogs.